Welcome to That's Vegetarian. I am your host, Karen Bukolt. Today we are going to be making vegan ceviche. Normally ceviche is made with seafood that is marinated in a citrus juice, but today we are going to use tofu and mushrooms as the seafood replacement, and it'll give it that meaty texture that we need. And what's great about this recipe is it's perfect for summer days because it requires minimal baking. There is a lot of preparation that goes into making the vegan ceviche, so we have prepped all of our ingredients already, which I recommend that you do as well. Let's get making the ceviche. The only baking involved in the ceviche is the tofu. So what we did was froze a block of tofu and then defrosted it. If you can see, it's rather spongy looking. That's because the water got inside the tofu and it expanded. Then when we defrosted it, we squeezed out the excess water and it leaves these nice little pockets for, ta-da, the vegan Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce is normally made with anchovies, which is why most vegetarians do not eat Caesar salad, because in the Caesar dressing, it has Worcestershire sauce. Might want to check other dressings too. To marinate it easily, we are going to put it in a container. And we are going to drizzle the Worcestershire sauce. We use 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, vegan Worcestershire sauce. And we're just going to shake it up a little bit. And you can see the Worcestershire sauce going all over the place. Now, if you did not freeze the tofu, don't worry. You can still use the tofu. It'll just be a little bit, the texture won't be as spongy and chewy as it is when you freeze it. And voila. It's pretty evenly distributed. And what we're going to use today is a baking sheet that's lined with parchment paper. Parchment paper is similar to wax paper, but do not bake on wax paper. It is not safe for the oven, but you can bake on the parchment paper. If you don't have parchment paper, just spray it with a little bit of olive oil and put the tofu on. And we'll just kind of spread it out over the pan. And we will bake it at 400 degrees for 20 minutes, flipping it over after 10. Let's put it in the oven. We are now going to combine all of the ingredients into the bowl, mix it together, and add the tofu. We have half of a red onion thinly sliced, 1 cucumber thinly sliced. For mushrooms, I chose to use portobello and oyster. Half a cup of celery chopped, orange and yellow bell peppers. I got the little baby bells, so I was able to chop them into thin slices. 5 radishes thinly sliced. 2/3 of a cup of hearts of palm. A half a cup of green pepper chopped. 2 fresh tomatoes chopped. I think it's important to use fresh tomatoes. If you can get them off a real vine, they'll just be so amazing in flavor. 2/3 of a cup of cilantro chopped. 4 teaspoons of hot peppers, finely diced. I'm using Anaheim peppers because I got them from a friend's garden, but you can choose whichever pepper you want and whatever quantity you want depending on the spiciness level you enjoy. And we have 2 teaspoons of chopped garlic. It took us so long to go through the ingredients. We have the tofu ready. You can see how easily it slides off the parchment paper. We have 1 cup combined of lemon juice, lime juice, and orange juice, which will help with the marinade. And we have 1 tablespoon of sal y pimienta avocado oil that we'll add. If you don't have the sal y pimienta avocado oil, you can use olive oil, extra virgin. Now we'll just gently stir. Just look at the amazing colors in the bowl, from the greens to the oranges to the reds to even the white. And the textures that you can see in here are just phenomenal. Let's get some salt and pepper. I like using freshly ground sea salt. And of course, some freshly ground pepper from my monster pepper mill. And we'll just give it one quick toss. And now we'll put it in the fridge and let it marinate and chill for 2 hours. So now it's ready to serve. I decided to put it in a lovely martini glass. Just look at the colors and the textures, and you can just smell the freshness of the ingredients and the lime juice. You want to make sure you get a little bit of everything in here, from the tofu to the oyster mushrooms, and you can see all the colorful peppers in there as well. We're going to garnish it with a lime wedge, as well as some slices of cucumbers, and then a sprig of cilantro. Now, doesn't that look pretty? It's that time. Try to get a few of the goodies in here. That's vegetarian.